Yes, the 8th day in the month of September 2025. Welcome to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude Ikami Jude, and I'm here because you're there. From Punch newspaper to Daily Post, Daily Trust, Guardian, Vanguard, The Nation, Sun, and several other newspapers, I will bring in you top stories this morning on the show. I hope you do stay there, and let's do this together this morning. Check your time, is 7:03 a.m. And of course, I'm set to roll. When I'm done, as usual, Rufai Oseni will join me, to analyze some of the headlines. And when I'm done with Rufai Oseni, Frank Ayala will also follow suit. And together, we'll give you all of the information you need today, being the 8th day in the month of September 2025. Everyone, welcome to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Dangote versus Nupeng. Union insists on strike. Meets federal government and others today. Police link 5 bodies found on Lagos riverbank to cult violence. Oyo landlord associate arrested over tenant's death during rent fight. Anger as fresh Boko Haram attack leaves 63 dead. Natasha to resume Senate after London trip, says lawyer. No plan to short petrol unit, Dangote refinery says. Naira strengthens to 1,514 naira per dollar in the parallel market, nears 5 months high. Insecurity now. Northern Forum demands service chief's removal. Lending rates may fall as inflation eases, says the Central Bank of Nigeria. Lending rates may fall as inflation eases, says CBN. And then to some of the headlines now. Let's look at it. Rhodes Vivers defection to ADC hasty, says Labour Party. Rhodes Vivers defection to ADC very hasty, says Labour Party. And then to some of the headlines now. No consensus to unseat Tinubu in 2027. Lagos APC replies Tambuwal. No consensus at all to unseat Tinubu in 2027. Lagos APC replies Tambuwal. And then Enugu APC inaugurates Women Wing Elders Council ahead of 2027 elections. NNPP notifies Jibrin's expulsion. 2027 still assets, flaws of opposition's top contenders. Jibrin announces defection from NNPP after expulsion. Oyebanji has surpassed expectations in Ekiti, says APC. Parties clash over Rufai's probe for criminal conspiracy. And let me give you the last one here before I move. Nigeria sliding into dictatorship, says PDP governors. And from Punch newspaper, I move to Daily Post newspaper to give you some more headlines. Everyone, check your time, 7:06 a.m. 2027. Wike finally subdues Fubara, hands Rivers PDP structure to Tinubu. Wike finally subdues Fubara, hands Rivers PDP structures to Tinubu. And then Nupeng, Dangote battle fuel transporters shut down petrol distribution nationwide. APC acting like Boko Haram. ADC alleges after Lagos attack. APC acting like Boko Haram. ADC alleges after Lagos attack. And then, Dangote wants to bring back slavery, Nupeng says, on ongoing back on Monday's strike. I take that again. Dangote wants to bring back slavery. Nupeng says no going back on Monday's strike. CSOs react to Edo government silence 24 hours after killing of NSCDC personnel and abductions. CSOs react to Edo government's silence 24 hours after killing of NSCDC personnel and of course abductions. To some of the headlines now. Nigeria is bleeding. Declare state of emergency now, says Peter Obi. Dangote. NATO backs Nupeng to shut down petrol distribution nationwide. Nigerians witness total lunar eclipse. And there is a video there to show for it. Nigerians witness total lunar eclipse. DSS gives Showore 1 week to retract post and apologize to Tinubu. 1 week. 1 week. 1 week. Let's see what happens. On fuel crisis still, Nigerian government urges Nupeng to halt strike amidst Dangote refinery dispute. People decide narrative on X. Elon Musk declares amidst Nigerian government push against Showore. People decide narrative on X. People decide narrative on X. Elon Musk declares amidst Nigerian government push against Showore. Elon Musk is saying people decide narrative on X. Okay. I think some will say Elon Musk is getting interested in Nigerian mattache. Okay, it's okay. 2027. I'll never align with Tinubu to become Lagos governor. Rufai. You are a problem of opposition. APC slams Tambuwal. APC acting like Boko Haram. That story is coming again. Courtesy Daily Post newspaper. ADC alleges after Lagos attack. Lagos doesn't belong to one man. Rufai. Rufai alleges federal government plot to establish one party state. And finally here, APC now dominant party in Enugu. Tinubu's minister Naji is the one speaking. The Guardian is next, everyone. 7:10 a.m. This is Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now, Blood Moon, 83 minutes total lunar eclipse to light up Nigerian skies. 8 p.m. yesterday. Yeah, it happened yesterday, right? Okay. Serap tells Tinubu to caution DSS over ex-ban threat. Mayhem as thugs invade rally for Obi Rufai in Lagos. APC slams Tambuwal over claim of consensus against Tinubu. Announce comprehensive 2023 election result before you leave. Articles A tells INEC boss. Announce comprehensive 2023 election results before you leave. Articles 8 tells INEC boss. Announce it before you leave. Let's go on now. Serap tells Tinubu to caution DSS over ex-ban threat. Cross River to host Intra-African Trade Fair 2026. Okay. I think I want to move from here to the Nation newspaper to serve you some more stories. Everyone, are we good? Let's go. Illegal land use conversion. FCT Minister OK's new C of O for 374 Abuja properties. Troops hit terrorists in nationwide crackdown. No need for strike during talks. Education Minister tells ASU and ASUP. On Cardoso now, why CBN will sustain monetary tightening policy. Naira rallies on sustained forex growth. Troops hit terrorists in nationwide crackdown. 2 more to go. No need for strike during talks. Education Minister tells ASUP and ASU. And then why CBN will sustain monetary tightening policy according to Cardoso. So from there now we move to the Sun. Quite sunny with a couple of headlines this morning. 2027, Jonathan forgoes. Okay. Sorry. Let me read that again better. 2027, Jonathan forges on with election plans. Jonathan forges on with election plans. We will see. Why election hijack won't work in Anambra? Yes. Testament of Soludo's enduring popularity. Yes. 2027, INEC should adopt electronic voting transmission of results, says Rufai. INEC should adopt electronic voting transmission of results, according to Nasir Rufai. And then, Tinubu applauds Shetima Masha on NES Fellowship Award. Kudos, knock trail ban on extravagant graduation parties in schools. Very, very extravagant. That's what they call it this morning. And then that story is coming again. A couple of stories repeating itself this morning. Jonathan forges on with election plans, and INEC should adopt electronic voting transmission of results, says Rufai. Okorie says ADC will rule Nigeria. APC's intolerance of opposition unprecedented, says ADC. Enugu APC women back Tinubu's 2027 bid. If Obi picks ADC ticket, it will be tough for APC. That is a chieftain there speaking. If Obi picks ADC ticket, it will be very tough for APC. Okay, let's check up Vanguard newspaper for some more stories. Vanguard is next, everyone. Check your time, 7:15 a.m. Lagos church attack. APC acting like terrorist organization, says ADC. UN, Atiku, Obi, Ndume rage over killing of 63 in Borno. Demand probe. Dangote Nupeng face off. Federal government moves to avert nationwide strike. And to some more stories now. Let's see. High interest rate rattle manufacturers. On hardship, shoppers battle supermarket attendants over bidding scams. Adeleke to Ife PDP stakeholders. Opposition trying to divide you. Profit taking persists as investors lose 833 billion naira in 4 days. Ekiti Mall's 65-year retirement age for teachers. And then IPOP to federal government, stop linking Kanu with Ekpa. Release him unconditionally. Stop linking Kanu with Ekpa. Release him unconditionally. That is, release Kanu unconditionally. To some more stories now. Falana backs Nupeng. Falana backs Nupeng strike. Urges federal government to call Dangote to order. What Tinubu seeks abroad exists in our manifesto. Adebayo, XDP ex-presidential candidate, is the one speaking. What Tinubu seeks abroad exists in our manifesto. Only Jonathan can rally PDP to power in 2027. Utan, national chairmanship hopeful, is the one speaking. Only Jonathan can rally PDP to power in 2027. Atiku, Tinubu clash over persecution of opposition. And 2027, uncertainty in Jonathan's camp over party platform for likely presidential run. Northern leaders demand sack of security chiefs and cabinet overhaul. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. From Vanguard now, I touch on the last one, which is Daily Thrust. And then we have Rufai Oseni. Everyone, get very close to the comment section. Let's have a robust conversation this morning. YouTube is VOP 90.3 FM. All right? Yes, let's go there. Schools resume amid biting economy. It's something really worth talking about, really. It's something worth talking about. I wonder how some persons will be able to pay fees this term. I wonder how some persons will be able to cope with food this term. It's a fresh term, first term. You know, a lot of bills will be going down. A whole lot. You're paying for almost everything. To all men, to all women, to all parents, guardians, it is well. Just take my words. It is well. Just calm down, relax. Everything will be fine. Everything, I bet you, will be fine. It will happen like film. Okay? Just relax. Okay? Relax, relax, relax. How Boko Haram killed 63 in Borno. This is a survivor narrating his ordeal. The cost of education as schools are resuming. It's put it in another way, right? The other one says schools resume amidst biting economy. Another one says the cost of education as schools are resuming. Gunmen killed 23 in Katsina, Kaduna, Kwara, Niger, Plateau. Fuel scarcity looms as tanker drivers begin strike today. Obi, killing of 100 persons in a weekend shows Nigeria is in full-blown emergency. And finally here, worsening insecurity in northern region, unacceptable. Forum tells Tinubu. You're on to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This time we go have a conversation with Rufai Oseni. Everyone get close to your radio set and of course to the comment section on YouTube. Alright? Let's have him now.
Right, a couple of stories making the rounds. So I'm going to start with the story of what happened over the weekend in Lagos, because I had a chance to talk to Gbadebo Rodsvival. Gbadebo Rodsvival used to be the Labour Party candidate, and he said he had gone ahead and he had moved to ADC, the coalition. But he said something happened, that they were supposed to have a rally, and the rally was disrupted by thugs. This was what Gbadebo said. He said that the thugs were aided by the police. So I'm wondering what's going on, because I've not heard the side of the police, but I'm just recounting what Gbadebo said. I now further asked him that why hasn't he made a call to the governor of the state as the security officer? And he says he's not going to call the governor. that since they are aware of what happened to him, that they should be the one calling him. And he talked about the fact that even the venue he had booked for his own rally, they didn't allow him use the place. Yet when the thugs came to attack him, there was another political party's rally, the APC party's rally, like he said, that still went on at that venue. And he said his party is going to give a grand statement as regards what's transpired. And he talked about political high-handedness. I had an exclusive interview with him on our show yesterday. Truth is, and we need to ask questions, that why are people from other political parties now being attacked and the police just looks at it? Because see, it is this same in Lagos that somebody made a racial slur and he talked about attacking people, the Mamankeshi comments. And the police was even defending the person when that transpired. So what's the role of the police in protecting people? And those are the questions that we should ask. And you see, if we don't ask those questions, we will not go anywhere as a nation. We need to be able to ask questions at all times. It's just like another revelation which the Vanguard is now revealing. And the Vanguard is saying that some sources are telling them, anyway, INEC has not responded to this yet, that some sources are telling them that how some politicians are planning to rig elections already. And what the politicians are planning to do is about just, printing extra Form EC8A, B, and C, duplicating the Form EC8A, B, and C. They also talked about the fact that the IRF might also be tampered with, so that when they upload the results from the polling units of the IRF, you will also have other parties uploading results at the same time. In fact, they said they had done the same in Edo and other parts. Then they also talked about the fact that even the decision of who is going to emerge the next INEC chairman, because just by a couple of months from now, Yakub Mahmoud's time will be over in INEC. He said they are already trying to use somebody to do that position. In fact, they said the person is a useful person. Sahara Reporter did name a name. So the truth is, we need to be very careful. And I've always said it, that see, if there are no electoral reforms, what happened in the last election cycle will easily repeat itself. And that's the country we live in. And the earlier we start asking questions, the better it is for us. In fact, they also further talked about the continuous voter registration, that they will make it be skewed in favor of some areas to be able to get political advantage. These are some of the things that we are hearing, and we should look at it. Printing of identical result sheets, IRF compromise, alleged manipulation of ongoing registration, shopping for suitable replacement for Yakubu, and the likes. These are some of the things that they are calling to question in a Vanguard report. All I'm just going to say is, Nigeria, shine your eye. What we can do is to give you information, and it is for you to be able to ask questions. So what are the questions you're supposed to ask? Number one, we need to scrutinize who will be named INEC chairman and look at their history and their past. And we need to be able to shout and ask, who is this person? Secondly, we need to make a lot of noise about the IRF, and we need to be vigilant in polling units. And we need to ask questions as regards the state of play of our democracy. Jubril Abdulmumin, representing Kuru Baraje constituency of Kano State, has declared the purported expulsion of him as null and void National Secretary of the party, Ogini Olaposi, who disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen in Abeokuta, stated that the expelled party chairman, Hashib Dongwo, pronounced the expulsion of Honorable Jubril. So, you know that in NNPP there are two factions. Anyway, Jubril himself has been saying he wanted to go shop for other possibilities. Jubril initially was not even a member of the NNPP. This was the same person I interviewed that supported President Tinubu, but he needed a political home to be able to run for elections in Kano. And the NNPP was a political home for him then. So that's the sad reality of what's happening. Killings are still going all over the country. In fact, the other day, the Borno state governor was talking about attacks by terrorists. I think over 63 people were killed. And the Benue state governor recently was talking about paying compensation of 5 million some of the people that lost their lives. So that's the state of play of insecurity. Some are saying only Jonathan can rally PDP to power in 2027. Some are saying they should not run. And there's another report saying uncertainty in Jonathan camp over party platform for likely presidential run. The question is, if Jonathan goes to the PDP, is it with the Wike that is in the PDP? There's no candidates I foresee that will run in this election under the PDP that will not be subservient to Wike. And it's time that we shouldn't tell ourselves lies. So we need to be careful. Because I don't think the PDP has broken free from the hold of Wike. And those are hard truths that we need to tell ourselves at some point. So if we don't tell ourselves, we don't move any further. Showore is vowing not to delete anti-Tinubu tweets. You know, the DSS have said they have reported him to Twitter. But he is saying that they are trying to suppress free speech. I'm totally for free speech. Because the DSS has written to Ex-Corp demanding immediate takedown of Showore posts, claiming it disparaged President Tinubu and posed a national security threat. But Showore is saying he's not going to back down. So there are two antagonizing factors and two antagonizing outlooks as regards that matter. US visa policy will now require interviews in countries of residence. So the Department of State announced a major change in immigration policies at the US consulate. The new guidance effectively was published on September 6, and it supersedes the instruction. It said nationals of all countries where US is not conducting routine immigrant must apply at the designated embassy unless the residence is somewhere else. So the list of designated locations cover nationals from conflicted war areas and the likes. And they must check availability to be able to go for a visa interview. So the US keeps changing their visa policy. Nupeng and Dangote, fuel marketers, are begging Tinubu to avert strike. So it's a clash by the fuel marketers. Dangote says he's going to bring his trucks in. The fuel marketers are thinking that this is going to disrupt business for them. So they are going at loggerheads. The matter has escalated last Friday when MIRS, owned by Dangote's cousin Seyu Aliu Dantata, reportedly began recruiting drivers for CNG truck, compelling them to sign undertaking not to belong to any oil and gas union. And the union said he could not stand by while their jobs are being eroded. Nupeng said members will stop fuel loading nationwide. Petron and Ipman are seeking a truce. Billy Gills Harry describing the impending strike as looming danger. Petron's position is that we are calling on the president, commander-in-chief, and the chief authority of the midstream and downstream to mediate and ensure that the strike is averted. So this is a collapse of forces. Let's see how that story will pan out in the coming days. It's just amazing that this is like this. Because when you look at it, on one side, the argument should be once you say you remove subsidy and it's a free-for-all market, it's a competitive market. If Dangote is providing his oil, you should be able to truck his oil for anywhere. So why is this causing a lot of mayhem in the market? So there are many things up and down factors and possibilities, as it were. It's a matter of time. We'll see what pans out. We'll see what pans out. Worsening insecurity in northern region unacceptable. Coalition of leaders from the north are saying things are getting worse by the day. Insecurity is raising its ugly head. So it's a sad one that is going on. Like I said, from Borno to other parts of the country, it's a sad one. And somebody is saying here that I rejected 5 million condolence gifts. Says mom, rejected 5 million after her son was allegedly killed by officers guarding the residence of Basi, the governor of Cross River State. So Moses, her first son, Victoria Mbah's first son, was shot on August 1 after he attempted to see the governor in Calabar, claiming that he had a message from God. The mother said security operatives accosted him at the gate, beat him up and shot his leg. He died 8 days later at a Naval Referral Hospital. And Porch is reporting that government representative visited her home on Thursday with a 5 million offer. But we rejected it. They said the value of their son's life is not worth 5 million. It didn't warrant them shooting the son because they said they want to come and see the governor of the state. And it speaks volumes about our political class. Very big volumes about our political class. State of insecurity worsening by the day. In a communique at the end of a meeting on Sunday, the ethnic leader said the worsening insecurity in the north is unacceptable. They said Daily Trust reports that the north is facing an avalanche of challenges, including Boko Haram attacks in the northeast, banditry in the northwest and north central, and out-of-school children, and food crisis, among others. Reading the communique after the meeting, Dr. Dominic Alancha lamented that daily communities in the north are ravaged by bandits and terrorists. Experts worry that farmers are unable to access their farms. The same problems Nigerians have been facing over and over again. It is time we look deeply at all of this that is happening.
All right, Rufai, thank you. Thank you so much. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Like I say, everyone feel very free to join the conversation this morning via all of our social media platforms. So I like if you do YouTube, so I can read your comments, your observation alongside. Okay, yeah, everyone. Okay, now let's talk to Frank Ayala. All right, at this time, Frank Ayala is a political enthusiast. He is here already. Let's talk to him. Frank Ayala, good morning to you. Good to have you join us.
Good day. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning to you too. All right, let's talk quickly. We've been talking about election. Reforms in the INEC. And just this morning, Nasir El-Rufai has come out to say that INEC should adopt electronic voting transmission of results. INEC should adopt electronic voting and, of course, transmission of results. And I've heard several Nigerians say, see, you guys will just clamor reforms. And up until 2027, nothing will be done about it because there's a plan already to go the INEC way again to use these guys to allegedly now rig the election. What's your take on that?
Judy, the issue we have at hand is not about the electoral reform. The issue is individual. Let's go back to 2023. Yakubu did what he know how to do best because he wanted to please some group of people in government today. It was not the electoral act that created what he did. He took advantage of the electoral act to do what he did. So for me, it's not about the electoral reform. It's about the individual that manage the platform. somebody else will come and manage that staff platform, we will get a better result than what we are getting now. So going back to Rufai, before 2023, when Rufai were campaigning for Tinubu, did he not see the problem of electoral reform? These guys, they fall out in power, they are not talking about electoral, they want to keep their voice up there. But for me, either electoral reform, electoral reform, but we need to also think of individuals that have the capacity and integrity to match some certain position, because no matter how you tighten the law, somehow there will still be a loophole for them to exhibit their corrupt nature. Don't also forget that today, just as what this guy said in UK sometime back, David Cameron, Nigerians are fantastically corrupt. So it is the corruption that is playing out, not the electoral act. Then who is going to do the reform? Is it the Akpabio? Or is it the Tinubu of this world that we all know his criteria, we all know his profile? Or the Akpabio? Who is going to push the reform? Or is it the senator that refused to tell us what they earn every month to keep the nation at that? Who is going to do the reform? Is it the same senator that said anything Tinubu bring that will overstamp it? I don't know why we are wasting our time in this country. Let's just pray that we have a affordable opposition to give these people a fight for their money in the next election.
Are you in a way criticizing Rufai for calling for electoral reforms?
I will not, and I have not, because I'm not an Rufai fan. But sometimes we need to separate the message from the messenger. It's difficult to do so, but at this conjuncture, we need to separate. You listen to what Rufai is saying. What Rufai is saying that the only government that have come with the only intention to make money is this government. How will I believe that? Why did I believe that? One, you remove subsidy was enough poverty on Nigerian people, enough body on Nigerian people. You have gone ahead to introduce a tax at the point of buying fuel product, petroleum product. So those are what I think Rufai is saying that we are trying not to understand it. But Rufai was one of those bad people, those good people that brought Tinubu on board. So is this saying that he does not have the instinct to understand who Tinubu is when he was campaigning for Tinubu? Or was he also not seeing the electoral act? At that time, he didn't study it as a sitting governor to know that we need to amend it for 2023. So these are games you have to play to the gallery. The leaders as it may, I think we need to pray for people that have character to come on board.
Back to what I asked you earlier. Do you think that there will be any form of reform, electoral reform, before 2027 election?
Do they? Who is going to do the reform? Is this then to the that see the leakage? We follow the judgment from Supreme Court. The electoral transmission of the electoral result is not part of our law. Do you follow that judgment? That case from Appeal Court to Supreme Court. So there's already a loophole for them. If you see the drug case they brought against him, what did the Supreme Court judge say there? That if they have a substance on it, but it's not admissible at the way they presented it, because Supreme Court is not an evidence court. So I don't think Tinubu will in any way amend what will affect him in the next election, because they are already losing. So we shouldn't just bother ourselves for that. Let's just mobilize the public to vote wisely, so that they won't sell their vote again, because they are already selling their vote.
I would love you to throw your weight behind these statements made by Dr. Charles Ugomo, who was a candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023, governorship election in Imo State. All right, he has said something really vital. He said if Obi picks ADC ticket, it will be very, very tough for the All Progressives Congress. If Obi picks ADC ticket, it will be very tough for APC.
Do they? My prayer, my belief in the system is for Obi not to even be on the ballot as a presidential candidate, rather as a vice presidential candidate. That is my prayer. That's my wish, but that does not mean I'm correct. But I'm entitled to my opinion. I have my reasons. If Obi pick ADC ticket, Obi will not win Tinubu on one count. That Tinubu, number one, is a sitting president. Number two, the core Muslim from the north will not vote for Obi. If you look at, I say this because of based on last election results. Obi won Taraba, Obi won Plateau, he won Benue and Nasarawa. What was Obi vote from Kano? What was Obi vote from Sokoto? The entire Northwest. So what we need now is somebody that can remove these guys from power and construct a channel that will favor Obi to come on board in next election. Because democracy is a game of number. As of today, Obi do not have the number. I say this because of what we have also observed. 4 things went to Obi favor in last election, and those 4 incidents are gradually. Number 1, issue of Muslim Christian ticket. Number 2, how Buhari handle IPOP issue. So there was a president. Number 3, issue of NSAS was also played in favor of Obi. Then number 4, people also wanted to look for ways to say, okay, let's get a neutral president that has not been there before. But those 4 incidents now, it's really not what they can do on. And that is what the APC also saw. APC now starts sponsoring part of Obedience to ensure that Obi go for a separate ticket. If Obi go for a separate ticket today against a candidate for maybe we already seen that they the article, it will be difficult for they to win the election because the issue of 2023 will repeat itself again. So this is my submission on that.
Let's also get to find out if the Northerners decide to queue behind Obi and 1, 2, if Obi wins the ADC ticket, what happens? Are you still going to say that he won't be able to beat the incumbent president?
Yes. If the power brokers, if they not, there was a meeting they held in around August. I forgot the particular date. The 19 political forum now, not political party, like how they work on all those. The 19 of them came together to issue a statement that anybody that work in favor of APC will not return back to his seat, that they will vote the person out. If they not agree to work with you behind Obi, to creep behind Obi, then it's a walkover for Obi. But if they do not, I'm sorry, it will be difficult.
It will be difficult, you mean?
Yes. There must be a consensus from the North to support Obi. Hence, it will be difficult for Obi to speak through. And that consensus is for the fact that there will be no Northern that will be on that ballot again.
Okay.
So that they won't share the vote from the North. So if they agree that the North will queue behind Obi, so it become the election between Tinubu and Obi, then Tinubu needs to start writing his handover notes.
Some quarters have
said. Under condition.
Okay.
Under condition that Obi will agree to do 1 tenure. Because what the North is saying, we try not to listen to them. They are saying by 2027, democracy will be 28 years. After that 28 years, the South have taken 17 years. The South have taken 17 years, and the North will have taken 11 years. Any attempt for any Southern to take additional 10 or now is going to be pushing them behind in terms of numbers. That is the argument on ground. That's the sentiment on ground.
Again, we speak about the body language of the North. And some quarters will tell you that the only support Obi needs right now to become the president or to become to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is Atiku's support. When he gets the support of Atiku can rally the North, the entire North, to support Peter Obi, and that will be a good one. I mean, that will be a good ride. What do you think?
Yes, the only support Obi need today. Obi need the support of 3 people.
One,
you need Atiku to rally around the Cardinal mafias who are the political stronghold of the North before democracy come. And those are the guys that have actually hold the military to where they are today. Then you also need Atiku to quickly mobilize the Buharilisms from the North. I use the word Buharilism because those guys can do anything for Buhari. They are about 12.7 million votes. You listen to a former Secretary of Government, Boss Mustafa, he said it very clearly. Then On that too, you also need article political structure nationwide. Article in all the states has a structure. So you need article in this reform. One, rather than the Kaduna Mafia, the Buharilism, and the structure. Also for funding. Then there, you also need a Rufai. You also need a Rufai, who is also for me becoming a political broker in the north to a very large extent. And now also need Kwankwanso to collapse Kwankwasia movement for him. So if you take Kwankwasia movement, take Article 3 strong political platform now, and take Rufai with his I don't know, I want to use the language of national radio to match with the obedient, then Tinubu will have nothing to contest about. Shouldn't just waste his money. Or waste the national.
But Frank,
So these are the 5 platforms we choose to take.
Okay. But Frank, in all of these we're saying, I am getting reports here, feeler from here. I mean, PDP supporters. Okay, let me first say that former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, here is forging ahead with plans to contest the 2027 presidential election despite public disapproval, by first his wife, and some Nigerians. I hear again that supporters are holding secret meetings outside Nigeria, and are ordering foot soldiers in PDP to clean the house and, of course, handle the issue of Nyesom Wike, just for the PDP to have a smooth ride. I mean, for Jonathan to have a good one this time around. I mean, what's really going on? Jonathan is contesting today.
Now,
tomorrow he's not contesting. The wife says no, he's not doing anything. And no. What's going on really?
Jude, the only 3 people that can wrestle power from these are president as we speak today. Whether we like it or not, Tinubu is a very strong man when it comes to politics. Forget his criteria and his profile that are so dirty that they are trying to hide from the public. You can't take it there for it. This man only go for regular since 2024, 1999. Then Jonathan is only 2 things that work in favor of Jonathan. If you to run, 1. By constitution, Jonathan can only more than 4 years. That is the only thing that is going to give a Sultana the comfort. Okay, worst case scenario, let's give them 4 years. Power will come back to the north. If that happens, Obi can never become president again. So all those things, knowledge on how to drive the economy.
Did you say never?
Yes. If Jonathan pick the PDP ticket, then the North will definitely collapse their structure for Jonathan because of his humility. They tested him before. They know he's not power drunk. They know he's a nationalist. They know he's listening to the people. Jonathan did not in any way do any policy that hurt Nigerian people. The only policy direction he tried to take was when subsidy removal in 2011, January. And when he saw the crisis from Nigeria, he withdrew, he retreated. It was a leader. During election in 2015, if you go ahead and reduce petroleum product with 10 naira, as against or because international market also dropped, it was then a low we know that if prices goes up, our local prices will go up. But when they also come down internationally, we expect price to drop, but we have not seen that so far. So it is on this commission. If Jonathan come back to PDP and collect the ticket, Jonathan might also win. If Jonathan win at all 4 years, automatically there is already a community control which is based on sentiment. The power will need to go back to the north and go and stay 8 years. 12 years to Obi 8. Obi might not be politically relevant any longer. That is my submission. 12 years to 64 years.
Okay.
12 years to 64 years now. Obi will become 76. Then politically, he can't get the ticket again.
The introduction of Goodluck Jonathan, do you see it as a plot to make sure the chances of the southeastern region is reduced, from achieving that seat of a president?
It's completely reduced. So people that are pushing for Jonathan are looking at 2 things: to weaken the southeast from coming to power, and then to ensure that South complete their 8 years. Because if Tinubu should take 8 years, that means out of 28 years, the Yoruba have taken 16 years. That's what it means. If Tinubu should take additional 4 years, that means out of 32 years, the Yoruba have taken 16 years. That will be half of the democracy, our life in democracy. And don't forget that we have over 300 ethnic in Nigeria. Why we want tribe take 16 years out of 32 years? See, these are the sentiment that is on the grassroots. I don't know how they're going to work around it, but we, because of the influence, the access we also have to media, will lead to some discussion from some quarter. These are the sentiments. And
Aside,
again, Tinubu again have also not proved the he have also not sent the right signal that he can do it better. He have taken off from worst to worst. In short, as we stand today, the economy is below 1960. If we are talking figures out there.
aside the body language of Goodluck Jonathan, what is he saying as regards all of this? You know, every day we hear Jonathan is coming, and he's coming. Aside his body language, what is this man saying? We've heard from his wife, but we've not heard from Goodluck Jonathan himself.
Judy, do you know when a former president, it's only in this part of the world where we don't follow the word of, we don't take the words of our former president into considerations. When a former president come out to say something publicly, it's a policy directions. You have one or two way influence on your market, like your stock market, your direct inflow, foreign direct inflow, even your local productions. If the president come out to, if a former president like Jonathan that has integrity, has the world respect today, come out to say I'm going to run, there might be some indication for some quarters in terms of policy change. Investment might see. So this is why the arrogance of this our current president was very loud. Buhari were in power, you were telling the world that it is your turn. What happened to your policies? At that point, people that were implementing the policy that were formulated by Buhari, we ceased the implementation because they know the new president is going to come with a new direction. That's exactly what happened. Buhari took time to sign out our PIB, our PIA, but without even looking at what the PIA is saying, we went to Igu Square. When Tinubu was going to Igu Square, our per price per liter was 195 naira. Inflation was around 20%. When Tinubu were coming back from Igu Square, inflation was now about 33%, and fuel meat for 1,650. Those are the power, the influence a city president and a former president will when it comes to economic decisions. So that's why we need to be sure that the coast is clear, because Wike factor is very much in the PDP. Though Wike is losing very strongly. He's losing very strongly because Atiku and some people leaving PDP for Wike was a serious blow on Wike. So Wike's intention is to sell PDP in the next election. If Jonathan come on board, Wike is not able to sell PDP. If Obi come on board, Wike is not able to sell. Those are the only people that can never step down for Tinubu if they got the ticket.
I never wanted to talk about Wike today, but because you mentioned Wike, maybe I should also come in to say that Wike, you know, like you are saying, is losing grip, you know, quickly. Some persons are not seeing it that way. They say they feel Wike is finally has finally subdued Fubara, you know, and of course he has handed Rivers PDP structure to Tinubu.
Judy, if people that are below, no, they also have their right to belong to any school of thought.
Mm-hmm.
The now school of thought that one I belongs to, the one I believe in is one. Why is Pastor Akwa Ibom having problem with the structure today? The structure is this controlled by PDP in Delta states. If you watch those two states, those are the two states after River that produce the numbers for South. After River, we talk of Delta, then we talk of Akwa Ibom. In Delta and Akwa Ibom, PDP is like a religion for them. So PDP is a religion in River State. Wike will not be able to move River State structure to Tinubu because Wike, the structure that produced Wike did not produce the structure. People that produce the structure, like Peter Odili, like Omea, like this Amechi, all of them, they are falling back. Because even when they left the party, even when Amechi left the party, Amechi could not move the structure. So Wike has no way to move the structure. Visit Port Harcourt. Forget those flags and banners they print everywhere. In every river man's house, it's a PDP house. So Wike is losing a very strong, serious grip. This one is doing so. He just trying to buy time to see what will happen to him before he call it a quit to national politics. And unfortunately, he have destroyed the structure he's supposed to enjoy. Part of the structure supposed to enjoy. If he lose the grip for Abuja today, Wike we go to Port Harcourt, we'll be Mr. Nobody.
Okay, let's leave that issue and cross over to the fact that insecurity is destroying Nigeria. I mean, what's happened again recently? Obi has has decried the state of security in Nigeria, calling for declaration of state of emergency on insecurity. You recall that it was a bloody weekend when 8 personnel of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) were killed in Edo State, as well as 5 soldiers and 58 civilians fell dead in Borno State. The former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, said that the killings are stark evidence that Nigeria is in the grip of full-blown security emergency. While condoling, he said that Nigeria, the federal government, should declare a state of emergency now at this time. Frank Ayala, state of emergency on insecurity. Too late? Or what would you say?
Declaring state of emergency without treating the cause of insecurity, that's where my challenge lies. How? What are the causes of insecurity? Number one on the list is poverty. Number two, people lose confidence at the center. People do not believe in the center. That's why when you reach achievement, things fall apart. When people did not trust the process of your leadership selection, they will not believe in the authority of who is at the center. Look at these two indicators. You will agree with me that the current state of emergency is not the issue. People are hungry. Today, let's go back to a tax that's going to take effect in January, where every Nigerian that will have anything to buy, anything to do with petroleum product in terms of fuel, we pay 5% in any fuel, any petroleum product they buy. Today is crazy. This government came on board, removed subsidy at the first instance. So Nigeria we are now meant to pay for the inefficiency. Then again, we are trying to manage them. We now want again and introduce 5% in every petroleum product you buy. So Jude, 5% in every petroleum product will result in about 20% inflation hike. If there is time, I will put you throughout that, you go to reflect. Those are the cost of insecurity. Are we dealing with those poverty lines? Are we dealing with the fact that they are talking of electoral reform? The government is not making an attempt to give Nigeria confidence. Look at the election that happened in Rivers State. There was no election in Rivers State, but people were declared winners. People who does not vote for those people will never support them. Rather, they will do something to contradict their policy. So these are the issues that people need to security. So these are the issues that are giving rise to insecurity. So have we dealt with insecurity? Have we dealt with the hungers of the land? Today there is oppression everywhere. From Lagos to Benin, have about 10 checking points of Nigerian custom. 10 checking points for Nigerian custom. Please, I stand corrected. What are they doing? In every checking point, custom they will collect bribe. Then once an importer that is providing that goods is putting his price, he's going to put the price back to the customers on the streets. What has also done? Increase your inflation. Imported inflation. Because that one is imported inflation. So from here to Benin, we have 46 checking points of Nigerian police. At each checking point, they are collecting bribe. So those victimization is what is aggravating people's mind for crime. So we need to deal with those lines. So the current state of emergency is not the issue. The issue is, have you dealt with the issue that are fueling the insecurity? So when there is more hunger on the land, people will seek an alternative. But that is not to say what they are doing is right. It's not right. Nobody justifying crime. No matter how little a crime is, it's crime. But have we dealt with the fueling, those that are fueling the insecurity?
In Northern Forum is also talking about this same security architecture in Nigeria. In fact, what they are pushing for right now is a complete, removal of all service chiefs. Would that happen?
Then again, removing service chiefs, service chiefs they are part of the corrupt system that we went to that point. Service chief, they are part of the product, they are part of the system. Service chief did not come from heaven. Okay, Jude, let's use the football field. Let's use the football game now. if the strikers are doing what they're supposed to do, there is no leakage at the front. The goalkeeper will not be under pressure. Am I correct? Then, if we have dealt with if we have dealt with the example of insecurity, the service chiefs will not have any reason for being corrupt. I don't have the data to prove that. But I also sympathize with them because sometimes some of the service chiefs, their families are vulnerable to all these criminal elements. So it's not removing service chief. There must be a service chief. There must be a president. We are saying, how do we get the right people who are not part of the corruption that have created this problem for us to get to that office and deal with the issues? And deal with the issues. We are in this country where service chief have been accused, when police IG have been accused. So that the police IG tenure have expired, the contractual custom have expired. They are retaining them against the civil service rule that either 30 or 60 anyone that come first. So those are corruption that is building that is creating the problem in the state. So have we dealt with those issues of personal ego? IG tenure have expired. It was intended. The contractual custom have expired. Is extended. Why are they being extended? Because they wanted to continue to do whatever they want to use them for. So these are the corruption lines.
Okay.
But
before I let you go, I quickly want to talk about the issue of Omoyele Sowore. Is really in the news big time. Just recently, all right, the DSS has written to Omoyele Sowore demanding the retraction of an alleged disparaging post made by him against the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, I think the DSS also wrote to X, the owner of X, Elon Musk. So as a matter of fact, they list Omoyele Sowore from part of the handlers. But then hear what Elon Musk has said. Elon Musk, has stressed that the platform X will remain a space where all sides of an argument are heard, adding that content moderation is handled through community-driven mechanisms. Don't come and tell me to blacklist someone. We must hear from this side and hear from the other side. Your take on this quickly before I let you go.
I think we have asked my brother in the share. No matter how painful you are, no matter how painful you think it is, you do not call your president a criminal, please. Please. It's an appeal to my brother. Whatever Tinubu is doing now is hurting the whole nation. But we still need to respect that office. If you have a problem with Tinubu, go and say it's a person. Do not say the president is a criminal when the president has not been tried, has not been convicted. That is for me. So, for me, there again, this is picture, this is democracy. Anybody can express his sentiment. But when expressing that sentiment, please, and I beg everybody with the name of God, they serve. Do not insult your leader because you are not the person that put that person there. Tinubu today is representing over 200 million Nigerians. That means he's the father of the nation. You generally insult the father of the nation and call him a criminal outrightly. Or that this guy has never started a trial that he was convicted a criminal in Nigeria. That's our people. So, while more, I think for me, I don't know. I'm not into their platform, but a system where a citizen come out openly to call a president a criminal should be discouraged. If they call, if American citizens use his platform to call Donald Trump a criminal, will he say what he's saying? So, will he say this?
But some will tell you Donald Trump have been called even worse names in recent times. African leaders have been called worse names in recent times. That's what people will say. That will be the argument.
But they can insult him to tell him they don't do say who is a criminal? Somebody that has been convicted by the law court. That is a criminal. When they say somebody is a criminal, not by your assumption, not by your thinking. Somebody that has committed a crime and has been convicted of that crime and is serving, either by pardon or you have been serving, that can be called a criminal. For me, I think that word was too hard on the city president. Please. It shouldn't be very anybody's friend. But we need to respect that office.
Thank you so much, Frank Ayala, for talking to us this morning. Appreciate you.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
And yeah, you too. Everyone, let's hear your own voice on some of these issues.
You are listening to the number one station. The Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338 081 717 56338. If you want to call me from outside Nigeria, kindly use the WhatsApp number. 60 seconds for you. Mind what you say on the national radio. All right? And please move away from your radio set. Thank you so much. 03. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling? WhatsApp 081 717. Please just okay. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, hello, Jide.
Okay,
good morning.
Beautiful. Thank you. Good morning to
you. Praise from Sweden, yeah. Jide, your analyst, Frank, did a great job this morning. I commend him for the job. But I want to say a few things. Nigerians don't just bother themselves about electoral reform. We don't even have judiciary. I'm very sorry to say. This, I wonder why people go to Supreme Court after election. I will encourage the opposition party this morning, do anything you can to win that election at that INEC. Don't bother go to court. We don't have a court. Look at the state of emergency in Rivers State. This is an eye-opener, clear an eye-opener that we don't have a judiciary. 10 days left. And I will encourage Nigerians this morning in abroad, they should report these justices to ICC. That woman that in charge of judiciary should be reported to ICC this morning. If they fail to hear that case before the expiring date, I am not saying that they should choose side. Hear the matter. What kind of a country are we? That is why Wike didn't defeat Fubara and Tinubu. It's the Supreme Court that defeated Fubara with that judgment that they gave, that rogue judgment that was bought, that they gave, defeated Fubara, not Wike or Tinubu. So please, Peter Obi and the rest and Jonathan, I want to ask them this morning, are they happy with what are they going to contest for? You contest, or what are you going to contest for if we cannot get our judiciary system right? This is why our country is going down every day. Look at what they did to Simon Ekpa. A country that has a working system. In Nigeria, it can never happen. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Calling from Sweden. Appreciate you this morning. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Hello, good morning here.
Thank you so much. Calling from Sweden.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Fabulous. I'm calling from Thailand.
Good morning, Fabulous. How you doing? How is Thailand this morning? Let's go. Talk to us.
Thailand is fine, but there is some places that are partially flooded, but the water has subsided already.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, let me just chip in. Just the program lately when you are talking with Frank about Omoyele Sowore regarding his opinion about Nigerian government. You know, I have never ventured into chipping in regarding politics in Nigeria since I have been in Nigeria. But when I left Nigeria, I started following up. You know, one is that from 2015, which I came to know what is politics in Nigeria after Buhari took power. I go back to research how Jonathan left office, how APC uprooted Jonathan. I found all the words, all the calls, all the propaganda which our President Tinubu spearheaded. He called Jonathan a drunken man. He called Jonathan many type of names. I wonder why people are so easily to forget. I'm not supporting Showore the way he called president criminal, but at the same time, I can't blame Showore. I cannot blame Showore. Everything is around Tinubu. Many people in Nigeria, including me, I don't like how Tinubu is ruling us. I don't like his image. So what do you want me to call him in a way? Eh? Okay, now, look at what is happening in Nigeria. If this man is well-meaning Nigeria and mean well for Nigerians, what kind of human being will be in that side as the president? All these things that is happening in Nigeria continue happening without him showing remorse. He can be rigid. I don't want to talk too much because when I talk too much, I may start miscalculating, you know.
It's okay.
But please, Nigeria should stand tall. Let them get their voters card. Like one of what one of our contributors said. They should win him high neck. They should win him pulling youth. They should not go to Supreme Court again. Thank you.
Thank you. Today. Fabulous. From Thailand. Good morning. Let's come back home now to Nigeria. Hello, good morning here. Good morning. Are you there? Can you hear me? Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I think you have to go back, please. Hello, good morning to you. Top of the morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Good morning here. What's your name?
Yeah, good morning, Jide.
Good morning.
My name is Chukuma from Melasa.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can look, if we can be real in these things we are talking about, you can see that Tinubu has no mind of ruling this country. For somebody to start to rule, say subsidy is gone. Just for you to start to do something in this country, he says subsidy is gone. Up till now, they have not done anything about this subsidy. And this is the problem of this country now. Now, every day you go for holiday outside the country that you're ruling. Have you seen Tinubu one day? Say, this is how I want to go on this topic. This is how I want to go on this topic. Have you seen him done it, even to his ministers? What actually is he directing us to as a president? You just call somebody, go and do this. What did he tell that person to go and do? What did he tell the ministers to go and do? Everybody just floating everywhere. Now you go for holiday.
All right.
For God's sake.
Thank you.
If this man is not ruling, let them pitch him.
Thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Jide, good morning. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amodo.
Good morning, Innocent.
Yeah, please, I want to talk about what Rufai said by INEC. It's fine. It's good to check all those political decisions because if we still use the same way we used last time, people may say Rufai is this or that. Yes, but what he said is fine. Why are we saying this? We have tested the other time, 2023, and see that it's not working very well. We need to make a change this time around. If we fail to do so, it will hurt us. And again, whatever happened in Lagos State, Nigerians should not see it as maybe that is end of the whole thing. Out of 36 states, Lagos is only one. So if Lagos do otherwise, we can use other states to work where we are going.
Okay.
Then we have another 35 states to work. And the OB should try to know how to manage this problem because if he can work with Atiku beyond that ballot out there as a vice, as that man said, my dear brother, before 12 o'clock, things will happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning here.
Hello, good morning, Kami Jude. This is Mama from US.
All right, good morning.
I disagree with you, Oga Frank. When the court of Canada declared PDP and APC as terrorist organization, why na DSS not go arrest her? You said Tinubu na the president. How he dey enter power? Not be thief my children mandate. So that's when the thief wetin him be, he's a criminal. Then two, as you said, na he be the papa of the nation. all the killings when they have for every aspect of the country, wetin don do about am? All the people when they sponsor terrorism in his administration, what has he done about it? You see, una dey look for respect. Respect is earned. Respect is not demand. Therefore, Chief Tinubu, your president, is a criminal. Good day.
Hello?
Mind what to say on the national radio. I want to say again. Okay, please. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Julia.
Good morning.
My name is Pastor.
All right.
Okay, to judge what Chowore said, my brother, if I take 50% mention, you see the devil, when the devil is going down from everything. The flame was not there before, his name is Lucifer. So I take the name of Lucifer. And I bring it back home. When Tinubu said that if he did not do well, that we should not put him the second time again, that subsidy is wrong. And now he's passing 500 naira against any person that bought fuel and all the rest of it. And everything that is happening in Nigeria is not saying anything. Look at those he put in power. Those they are telling at the side, he will give them more time to go. So what will you call that person? What will you call that person? God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate your call. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning to you.
Ikamijide, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is Mr. Mba from Elatan.
Okay.
Ikamijide, everybody face 2027. Trumbu, Obi. Ikamijide, how many have been massacred in Boro? 21 massacred also in Niger, right? Where 60 something are massacred, 61 massacred in the Borodu. Ikamijide, your journalists, Russia and Ukraine, who are fighting full-blown war, fighter jets, missile working, have still secured wars. Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestinians have still massacred. We're a full-blown war.
Right.
And you are telling us you are not in war in Nigeria. And we have a president who just said that for working visit in another country.
All right.
Have you made a speech? Have you made a speech concerning the 61 people have been massacred in Nigeria yesterday and 21 also massacred? Have you made a speech? Because
Sorry about that. Hello, good morning.
Your Excellency. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Remy from Tottenham. Am
I
right?
That's your boy.
Good morning. Talk to us.
You see, I believe strongly that society need defenders of human interest like Mazi Kanu and Shore, Igboho, and a host of other people. And we really need them because what they dare, if they are selfish people, they will just be hiding somewhere, eating and drinking with the wicked people. But I want to beg my people to this morning. I know everybody feel disappointed, everybody feel stressed. That is a fact, justifiable. But abandoning the old thing and leaving it to them is even as worse as the evil the elites do to us. And my appeal this morning, please don't let us abandon it. Voters registration is going on. Go and do it. People say we don't trust INEC. I agree. We don't trust judiciary. I agree. But a lot of the evil perpetrated by this elite happen because we don't have citizens paying attention. If you go and do what you need to do, if you pay attention, they will be too afraid to rob you of what belongs to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy. Appreciate that. Let's come back home. Hello, good morning here.
Ikamiji, they still have Mr. Mba online.
All right.
My call went out.
Okay.
Now, those people have been massacred in a country that we have a president, we have a leader. And yet our president, so-called president, Because as far as Mr. Mba is concerned, Trump is not my president. In nice another man country, enjoying the good life, enjoying the good health, hospital, enjoying the good road. Then here in your own country, people give numbers of people with a massacre. Don't use it killing, the massacre. And yet the president has never took a word. I didn't think it's a former governor that died. He could have sent the 100 people letter immediately. It's a shame. It's a shame to him.
Thank you.
It's a shame.
It's okay. Thank you so much. Let me quickly take this call. Hello, good morning here.
Hello, Ikami Jude.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Mr. Tony from Kaduna.
Tony from Kaduna, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Tony from Kaduna.
Let's go. Talk to us.
Now your president is out of the country. I believe his visit to that country will bring more dividends and more improvements and more development to the country when his people at home are being slaughtered like Ileya and Christmas chickens. When I always talk about the insecurity in the country, it looks like I am the only person who don't see anything good in your program. Because sometimes when some people want to speak, they will just speak about politics and they don't talk about the lives that are involved in the democracy that is being practiced. Look at what happened in states, most especially in the north, in Borno, in Jos, in Kaduna, and some parts of Edo. Look at the way people are being slaughtered. Do you think any foreign investor will hear this and come into your country to come and invest? Do they? Huh? Do you think they will come in? If we don't do the right thing as far as security is concerned, then we really have a very long way to go. I wish us the best in this country. Good morning and have a blessed day.
Good morning to you. If you notice, I didn't read any message, right? Because I want to read your messages by 10:30. So everyone, can you join me by 10:30? So we go deeper into these issues and take more calls and your messages. Because for now, I have to run. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I love you all so much, and I will be back here by 10:30 to do more, okay, for you. On social media, I am Ikami Jude. All socials, whether Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH is just one word. I love you all so much, and I'll see you again. Good morning to you.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of